Leadership is not how people will feel. It is the decisions, it is the architecture of the decisions you have taken while they're watching. I want to call out every major leaders. Simon Sinek, Maxwell, Patrick, Sloane, everybody. They're all telling you, I'm not contesting against them. I'm not talking anything about them. I just want to question on one thing. The very fact of empathy, it's making a hard job. I always have advocated for empathy tax. You are spending it like a currency. You're not realizing that you spending too much of it, by the time you reach 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, you're burnt, you're exhausted, you are tired because of the chaos. Team's chaos is literally affecting you. My Navy friend, he told me a story that one of the event, it's such a tough time to handle. There was a command which he received from Vice Admiral directly. He was a senior lieutenant. He was a senior lieutenant. He happens to get a call directly from Vice Admiral regarding a project, an operation he was given with for completing the project, means the operation, not much of data. So my friend who happens to be from Navy, he narrated me this whole story. Around 30, 40 Navy crew he happens to assemble. He told them, he gave directions to them, straightforward directions to them. Then he told, we will operate like this. The directions are clear, the communication is clear. What it brought? It brought results. It is so, so, so important. Many a times we are not realizing that these ideas of servant leadership, servant leadership, emotional intelligence, empathy is hurting you. One of my friend who is a VP in one of the topmost company, he told me when I had a discussion with him when I met in Bangalore, he told me he's facing a tough time with a high performing employee. I told him actually, what is the issue? This high pay, high performing employee, he is my VP friend. He told this high performing employee, he's giving incorrect information, and retaining he's not retaining values of the data. It is costing the company. Warren Buffett told the same thing. Warren Buffett told that if you lose the money, if you lose the company's money, I'm okay with it. I don't give much emphasis to it. But if you lose a shred, a shred of reputation, I will not be okay. I will not be okay. This is the very same thing what I'm talking about. Our empathy tax is hurting us. When my friend told me regarding the same thing, so when my friend told regarding the same thing, I told him the same thing that so I told him the empathy tax is a like currency. Okay, your output is nothing but skill into direction minus empathy tax. The more this starts reducing, the more the better the output. The more empathy tax starts increasing, the more it starts hurting the output. So, what you're supposed to start realizing, it's a simple thing that every time that empathy tax becomes important, we should start understanding, we should start putting our empathy tax at rest. We are not realizing the problems we are going through. One of my friend who happens to tell me a story. There was a time his friend who also became the employee of the organization. He joined as an individual contributor. At the scale of individual contributor, he was not able to convey to him that you're doing like this. The softened feedback is hurting. The softened feedback is hurting. If you're delaying the tough decisions, it is going to hurt you. It will hurt you for sure. If you delay the feedback, it will come and haunt you. You're not doing a favor here. You are actually derailing your own progress. I will tell you a classic story of Elon Musk. Elon Musk asked one of his top officials that I want you to start transforming this digital sales of Tesla. They had discussions, multiple discussions. Elon Musk sat in the discussions and he happens to sit for multiple discussions. Then one day, what happened? Elon Musk told how many steps it is taking for Domino's to order a pizza. How many steps it is taking a customer to order a pizza in a Domino's app. They told it is only 10 steps. But when it was about Tesla car, they had 64 steps. So now Elon told, let's make it 10. Elon literally told, let's make it 10. Andy Grove didn't become the goat because he was soft. Under Andy Grove's leadership, Intel grew multiple folds. It is such tough leadership. Charlie Munger was actually the behind the scenes hero of Berkshire Hathaway. Even Ratan Tata was a tough taskmaster. Outside, it might look like that, soft. But when it comes to decisions, managers, startup owners, CEOs, VPs, struggles. Okay, what if I become a bad character in the movie? I don't want to give out that image. Let me be soft. Let me make it a little more softer. You are hurting the whole decision integrity. You're not realizing. Let me tell you one more story about my friend who happens to work, one of the topmost manufacturing MNCs. One day, what happened is one of the senior managers he knows that the senior manager has done something and he wants to just cover up for him. When I met him, I told how long you'll cover up for him. If you're going to start covering up, he will start realizing that whatever I've been making, it's correct. I'm competent. The decision which I've taken, it's correct. He has been delaying and derailing the whole process of the company. I told him, I told my friend, being a leader, you're supposed to. As a leader, I have done that. The same thing I'm also telling them, my friend also. It is so, so, so important. It is such an important thing that we should start thinking about it. You can't cover up for others' mistake. How long it will start compounding? It is such important factor. We are not realizing that actually. We are thinking it is okay. It is not okay. After that, when I told my friend this, okay, you can't cover up for him, just face him, just tell him. You can't. Then there was such a transition. You're not realizing actually. The leadership, as I told, it is an architecture of decisions. It is an array of decisions you have taken while they were watching you. It is not that how they feel. Leadership is never about how others will feel. Leadership is a clear cut layout. Leadership is always about the judgment you made under uncertainty. It is so, so, so vital. Again, I want to showcase one more thing. So, here again, try understanding this. It is the limitation factor. The limitation factor, it works out. How many of you feel the same thing that you are getting burnt after 2 o'clock? You're getting burnt after 2 o'clock. So there is a high rate, the DDI report, SHRM report. Many reports have Gartner report. Multiple reports have showcased that burnout is high, 68 to 70%. The leaders are getting burnt out. There is a huge trust issue. There is a huge trust issue. Every time, every time when a leader enters the room, a credible leader will automatically command the trust. My friend told me the same thing. Whenever he speaks with his team members, he's feeling that he's not gaining the trust. I told him that you're supposed to start commanding it. How? You can start giving a clear communication. You should start giving the feedback. So now, tell me, how many of us are doing the clear feedback? How many of us are doing the clear communication path? We are not doing it actually. One of the major habits which we need to start inculcating that, okay, for today, let me start giving clear feedback. So, always leadership is accountability, it is judgment under uncertainty. A leader will always lose this actually. If you're not accountable for the same decisions which you have taken, then the team will start questioning the very position you're holding. Opinions will start changing. Your influence as a leader will start changing. Where is the social proof of you owning the decision? Where is the social proof? It is not there, right? So, one of the major things, my friend who happens to be from Navy, he told that whenever he takes those decisions, as he's doing every decisions, he's tagging along with the team members. Eventually, the team members are bound to also respect him. See, the influence will come from the social proof. If you are increasing your empathy, your output decreases automatically. So it is so important that we start reducing this and output to increase. We are not realizing that. I'll give you a situation now. You tell me. This is a classic case study. What you would do in this situation? What you would do in this situation? You are a manager of a big healthcare company, healthcare MNC. Okay, you happen to work like 14, 15 years in a different domain and you have transitioned to a new domain like healthcare. You have worked in banking for 14, 15 years. Now you have moved to this healthcare domain now. So, healthcare. So, there was a situation. Your poor feedback has raised multiple complaints. So, this multiple complaints have raised. What you would do in this situation? What you would do in these situations? Tell me. Think about it. There are 35 officials who are reporting to you. 35 officials are reporting to you. What you would do? What you would do? Would you contact? Would you contact meetings? As per HBR report, Harvard Business Review report, 68 to 72% of meetings are useless. Useless. So the meeting, the ones which you're going to conduct, which has raised the complaints, will again increase the complaints. So your poor management's resources have started affecting. What you would do? What you would do? Conducting multiple meetings will not yield the results. Conducting multiple meetings. That's what my Navy friend also told. Navy, the way the training is given to become a lieutenant or senior lieutenant, commando, vice admiral, admiral, so high. Training is so high. So we are not realizing even to become a leader, it is a completely repeated, consistent effort. Do so much of work, so much of decision, so many times you're supposed to be that tough guy. It is not that you should start becoming shrewd. How many times you have encouraged them? That also matters, now. Many times, the right leaders, the correct leaders, they've all taken the route of encouragement. Just take the example of Steve Jobs. When the things were right, he has given a right credit to design team also. Elon appreciates everybody whosoever works under him if they have done great job. So appreciate, encourage matters. It is such highly sorted, highly required skill. Decision integrity is failing. Whenever you're making a soft tone, whenever you're creating that soft tone, you are literally failing as a leader. I again want to call out Simon Sinek. Empathy is good. No, empathy is like you're expensing it like currency. It is not good. Empathy tax is hurting the whole company's reputation. Even Patrick Giovanni, it will not work like that. Even Maxwell, John Maxwell, the GOAT, servant leadership will not work actually. Making good, better, that theory will also not work. Emotional quotient will also not work. See, that's what Chanakya told. Have emotion. Don't be emotional. It is so important. Have emotion. Don't become emotional. Your work will get hampered. Many a times, you driving the results is important. You thriving, it's important. I will tell you one more good story. One of my friend who is working as a VP at a startup. Suddenly, there was a meeting with the client. The client is feeling one of the employees who is high performing employee, he is giving inconsistent, inconsistent, inconsistent replies. This employee also happens to be a manager. He called me. He called me and asked me, what should I do, Shiva? As a fellow leader, I told him, okay, confront the manager. You can't cover up. You need to start asking that particular manager why he or she is doing like this. If you're not competent, then we need to take a different call because you need to also put out that recently that these reports have been rising. It is so important that giving the feedback, strong or like tough or rightful feedback, also changes. Feedback is important. A feedback is always important. It is never easy. Being a leader, it's you carrying that whole team. The team might be five, 10,000, anything. The team size can vary anything. But reputation actually, it's such a streak. Reputation. I told him the same thing. Be it a startup, be it a company, you need to confront the manager. Call him, speak to him, tell him, off lately, this is what you're doing. So furthermore things will lead us to multiple problems. It's always about how many mistakes you're doing. It's not that important. But how you have or what sort of decisions you've taken. Those decisions are hurting this. If you have taken a rightful decision, it starts increasing. If you're not, that inconsistent data, inconsistent replies, it hurts the leaders across the board. We are not realizing this. I told the same thing to one more leader actually. He asked me that I'm giving little vague feedbacks to one of my team member. I'm encouraging him, but I'm giving a feedback like for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, I'm moving again. I told him, start, start speaking with each individual's one on one. What this one on one will do, this one on one will create connection. The connection with the team is important. When you're giving the feedback, this one on one will help. When you're giving the appreciation, encouragement, support, this again increases. Many a times, employees are leaving, not the company, they're leaving managers. It is simple. It is written everywhere because it is the experience or the exposure the manager is giving them. It is never about, to an extent, there is also a theory. There was a study which was conducted. The Deloitte report says that around 72% of the employees are leaving after 1 or 2 years. That is the level of attrition across the spectrum, be it tech, be it the biotech, be it the pharma, be it any company for that matter. That means they're not looking for a change because of money. They're changing because of the manager. There was a recent experience which I had with a recent experience which I had with one of my friend. He told that somewhere down the line, the team members are feeling that it's not going good. Vision is not being met. So the vision being not met, and one of the company's top employee also happens to put paper. So what I told him, it's a simple thing. Somewhere down the line, they're not feeling the work is challenging. Where do I fit in this problem? Where do I fit in this problem? So what has happened? What made the employee to feel this. It's because that they're feeling that it is a monotonous job. It is not a commendable job. What they were looking into, they want challenge, and the decision is vague. Feedback is vague. It's such an important thing. Challenge. If the work is not challenging, automatically they'll not feel that enthusiastic. Into the motto, the moat behind it will also start reducing. So employee needs this regular fuel. And if you're not giving this, if you're making this decisions very vague, it is not going to help you. It is such harsh truth. So if the decisions are made with clarity, this increases. Clarity is important. It is such important thing. So now you start deciding by decision integrity, the decision tags, why it is failing because of your big nature. It is collapsing your objectivity. It is literally collapsing. So we have had a discussion for past 30 minutes regarding the same, right? So here what we are supposed to visualize, simple thing. Decision tags. If this goes down, collapse. Simple. Collapse. So start taking strong decision, tough feedback. If you start becoming a sponge, you will not become a compass. So sponge will always absorb the emotions, complaints, chaos, teams, chaos. But eventually you will lose the respect, vision, objectivity. If you become a compass, output is high, respect is high. Start looking from the other side. That's what I say as a leader. Many of my friends, many of my other counterparts, whenever they ask, I say them the same thing. I tell them the same thing. You owning the decision matters. Judgment and judgment under uncertainty is the key. Leadership is not about what people will feel. It's about array of decisions or architecture of decisions you have taken while they're watching.